Hello and welcome back to my vlog. A week late due to a period of self-isolation while waiting for COVID test results. During which period the government pressed ahead with its elections bill, which risked disenfranchising electors and silencing third parties and charities during an election campaign, and introduced its national surcharge on national insurance to pay for England's social care crisis, an unacceptable burden on the devolved nations, whilst our Parliament is to be bypassed by Westminster in allocating the money to devolved issues. At the SNP online conference, we heard the vision for the country that Scotland can become with independence clearly set out.
For countries of Scotland's size, independence works. Our neighbours in northwest Europe are wealthier than the UK, all of them. They are more equal than the UK. They have lower levels of poverty. They have higher productivity, which drives better living standards. All of them recovered better from the financial crash of 2008. They have stronger public finances. As a proportion of pre-retirement wages, they all have higher pensions. And of course, they all get the governments they vote for. In measure after measure after measure, the evidence is overwhelming and conclusive. Independence works.
This week was dominated by the impending £1,040 reduction in universal credit, and I challenged ministers over this.
Any of them actually listened to the evidence of the Work and Pensions Committee last week about the hard-pressed families and the effects that it was having on them on universal credit? And if they did, what would they say to their faces for taking away £1,040 from them?
In votes, I backed opposition calls opposing the reduction. I opposed the government's legislation for the National Insurance Levy and voted against the Dissolution and calling of Parliament's bill. I spoke out against the fur trade and backed calls for a complete ban on fur imports into the UK.
With regards to fur sales, my own attitude can quite simply be summed up as I just didn't like it. And I would wholeheartedly agree that these sales should in fact be banned.
An issue like so many where the normal powers of independence would give us the power to act for ourselves. On which front, it's heartening to see a clear majority want a referendum, and Yes is again in the lead. As the pandemic subsides and local Yes groups spring back into action, we can all play our part in increasing that lead. Now, no week would be complete without discussion over COVID, and we learned that only 1.2% of COVID-related deaths during the first half of the year were fully vaccinated. So please do get your vaccination. It's really important, especially with winter approaching. Also, please remember to follow the Scottish Government guidance and get yourself tested with 2 lateral flow tests each week. These can be ordered online from NHS Inform. Let's all make sure we protect one another. I challenged the UK Government to explain the cancellation of the Valneva contract.
On these benches, we would be very grateful if the Secretary of State could provide an explanation as to why this deal was cancelled before the trials were even completed and threatening jobs in Scotland.
Then raised concerns over Afghanistan.
So now, with academics facing persecution, libraries and museums under threat of destruction and looting, what steps can the government take with its international allies to prevent a further cultural genocide?
Advice surgeries are now being conducted face-to-face as well as online. So do get in touch if you would like an appointment. And until next week, stay safe.